Glen and I met up at Weber State, and he was a chemistry major, I was a microbiology major, so I took a lot of chemistry too. And I says, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he says, "Well, I'm just finishing school and then I've got to go in the reserves." And so I didn't see him for a while, and then anyway, later that spring I saw him again and he asked me out. But then after I went out with him once, he was great. I go, wow, he's really got something going here.
We met and dated, and I never dated and didn't have any interest in going with anybody else after that.
Well, he had a list that summer of 10 people he was going to date. I think I was number 2 on the list, so he only got to number 2.
My first quarter at Weber State, my grade point was a 2.23. I got a D in slide rule. Garth Welch gave me a C, and that was a gift. I should have got a D.
The first quarter I went to Weber State, I just studied all the time and didn't do any social. And I got straight A's and I was miserable. And so I ran for office, and I ran for sophomore class vice president. And the day of the election, everybody else was in the Union building and I went somewhere else because I was so shy. But I won. I was the vice president of the sophomore class, and then the next year I ran for junior class secretary and I got that. And then the next year I was the Associated Women's president. And that year I was on the Senate, and I was the only woman on the whole Senate.
Weber State consists of 4 buildings, building 1, 2, 3, and 4, a union building, and a library, and that was the newest building.
If you got there early enough, you could park right in front of the 4 buildings.
The clock tower wasn't there.
Yeah, you could park right there. It was great.
There was a road right up between the library and the 4 buildings. To register, you went out into the automotive shop
and got cards
and pulled IBM computer cards. If you wanted to meet a girl,
go to the
library. You went to the library. They chased us around in that library more than once. We were flirting with the girls.
So I'm 3rd generation Weber State, and then of course my kids that have gone there are 4th generation of going to Weber State. Well, we ended up having 6 children. And
so
far. And right now we have 20 grandchildren, so they keep us very busy. We just have a really good time together. When we were asked to do this, I was shocked. I had no idea that anybody would think about us, but we're just kind of ordinary people and have an ordinary family. It's been a great honor for us to do this.